Well, well, well. Just how long has it been? Okay. Couple things to note before I actually start. One, that call if I was talking on Patreon, yeah, I still have it. So, I'm fine. Whatever that, I'm completely fine. All good here. It's just gonna be very annoying to deal with. So, if I'm coughing like that, that's why. Should be gone within at least another 2 weeks, I'd assume. Now. Oh my god. Come on, thank you, monitor. This is going to be what I'm calling a full walkthrough. So, as you all probably saw from the title, Independent 2D Animator make his original anime series, or his anime series. This is part 1. So it says storyboarding in the thumbnail, but what it actually is we're also going to be talking a little bit about scripting. This is also going to be a lot more about talking about what this series is actually about. One thing I do want to warn everybody of is massive spoilers. There's no way to avoid it. I'm storyboarding the whole plot. Everything will be spoiled. The characters, what music I'm going to be using, what the characters are saying, the context, and I will be lore dumping as well. My only hope is that we're able to get this to a point where hopefully we can have a massive community behind it. At least the sides were a respectable showing for when this episode 1 finally drops. I'm going to give a couple thank yous here before we actually get completely into it. But let me just get our... Okay. Alright. Should probably ask how my microphone was, but nah. Huh. Okay. So now we have everyone in. Hello, Weirdowa. How are you doing? Anyone just coming in? Yeah, I solved the cough. It's really annoying. If you saw the Patreon post, you already know. I'm fine though. Obviously, I'm fine here. I'm working for the past month just to get this. So, yeah. We're starting in just a second. Trying to bring everything up. We'll get the music going here in just a moment. People do not actually know that I'm live yet, so we better tell them. Hello, Coco. How are you? what on... Okay. So that looks good. Up to this point, I'm not too worried about it. Hello, Angel. We'll be getting done in just a little bit here. It's a beautiful thing. So we're almost there. Let me see. Where is my camera at? You guys are gonna tell me all the music sounds. One thing to note. There's a cough still here. It's annoying. So you're gonna have to be dealing with that for a while. Sadly. We will be getting started in just a while. Or just a while, just a minute. Let's go let everybody know that I'm live. The walkthrough begins. Yeah. Coughing is gonna be annoying. Okay. I've taken care of everything now. So now we're gonna start. Overall, now I'm not even too worried about it. So let's go over what exactly is happening. Because obviously there's a lot. First off, I think a lot of people already knew this. I was going to explain what the series is about. So if you haven't checked out my posts, you can be you join my Discord server. My YouTube channel has the posts as well. My Blue Sky X also have it, along with my Instagram. Nico Komidori all handles. So keep that in mind. Hello, Milt. Hello, Shish Cats. Welcome. So, yeah. If you haven't already, be ready. I plan to go live every day. A couple other things to note about the anime series. Hoping here we can get it all in. I am over this at this point. It's more just about getting it done. The merchandise is on the way. Also, you might have realized it already. We are still waiting on Saffron's song. I got all my stuff done. I'm waiting on the voice actresses to come on in. Once the gals have all their stuff, we're in the clear for that. Yeah. But I do think that as a thank you for stopping by, let's actually take a look at the thumbnail I made here. So if you're on YouTube, you already can see it. I'm already at the point where I don't think anyone else, there's going to be really any chance of anyone else coming in. I have up the storyboard right now, but let me see. Okay, so we're going to take a look at these. I also encourage everybody to share the live as well. I do thank everyone for the support. I'm more so just assuming that's just because I'm so new. I assume as time goes on, viewership is going to dip. That's fine. Up to this point, again, I'm really just concerned on showing you guys the whole process live, how I do it. And yeah, so Amelia's Son came first chronologically before Third Day Finale. Massive thank you to everyone who has supported on Ko-Fi. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? As you all know, I was making thumbs first, so yeah. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Only 1 minute old. But yeah, I've been working on this behind the scenes practically the past 4 months. Basically since I've been offline. So I had to rehome my other my other art style, which is why I'm getting this. So let me just go on white tea now. So yeah, all of it is handcrafted, done by me. So yeah, as a little thank you for coming on and stopping by on day one. We'll show you guys the actual thumbnail making progress. So I do have this optimized for YouTube. I think it's like 120. Okay, so it's 1280 by 720. That's what YouTube are. People are saying they're hearing a popping sound. So Squawks, do you hear a popping sound coming through the mic? People are saying there's a popping sound. Let me see, are we on the right mic? Great. I don't know how we're... Okay, where is it? Are we still hearing it? As if so, it's the microphone. Okay. Alright, I'm just making sure. If it comes on, just tell me. So yeah. It's 9. That's it for tonight. That's it for tomorrow. So I'm first going to start off by sharing the thumbnail. And as I'm sharing the thumbnail and the whole process how we made this, I want you guys to know that this is it. You are getting your final product. Frig Day Finale, I'm putting on postpone. So the one with Frig Day in it, who, as you all know, I have admitted was a ripoff of Friday from Excel Draws, even though now she's a completely different art style. And I've completely evolved her into something completely different and original all to herself. As you all know, Frig Day Finale was originally just Persona 5, but with with Excel Draws characters in it, before I eventually evolved into something completely different and original. So there was that self-admission there. And now Amelia's Son actually came before the invention of Frig Day Finale entirely. So this is what it is. So Amelia's Son, Niagara's finest showman. As you all know, you're gonna have to deal with my coughing. This has been going on for almost 2 months now. So if you're with me this far, I'm assuming that you're with me with this. So a massive thank you. So we're gonna be getting into a lot of lore today. This is gonna be the first episode. I plan to be live. You can, or at least try to have it in your phone or whatever you use, if you actually care enough to put me in around. You can expect me to be live around like 12 p.m. to around like 1. You're just gonna have to have your notifications on for whatever platform you're on, or if you're in the Discord server, have it there. I was not joking about the cough though. 2 months, y'all. 2 months. So yeah, I pull through no matter what. So going into this, Amelia's Son, Niagara's finest showman. So where's we get Amelia's Son. I mean, obviously, Amelia here is based off of Amaterasu from Okami. I don't think there was any freaking... I don't think anybody, if I told them that, they would, be like, yeah, right, no, she is. But yeah, this is the whole, as you all know. I'm a layer maniac. So dealing with this is just how it is. I have a lot of, even for myself for compositing, this is without the shadow. With it, I just made me a black silhouette, and then I put it all in. Thank you for the sub, world. So I put that in over, and then I just got out my eraser tool and just traced out the design like so. And then I just lowered the opacity of this. Now, you're not seeing anything right now because it's not on the correct one. It's actually on my face. So, let's put it on this one. But yeah, I just did something like that. I look like a ninja right now. And then after that, we just pop down our opacity. And you can kind of see how it makes that mark. But I kind of did that the other way. So, that's how I did that. And the same thing goes for Amelia. I just did her a little bit differently. We will be getting into all this though. So, if you have any questions about the series, they're going to be answered by the end of this. Just keep me on the background. Like a podcast if you really are getting bored, and I appreciate it sincerely to everyone who has stopped by to watch. And This is a massive milestone for me. If you were to tell me back when I was 16 years old that I would be here doing what I'm doing right now, I would be beyond it, because I had no artistic skill back then. But yeah, we start with the background. So that same thing applies to Amelia too. This is her without any shadow on, and this is the same. Oops, and this is the same lighting that's gonna be in Saffron's song. So I've been focusing on that, but you can tell the difference like immediately, just how different. And then you have the streaks of light that are coming down. Really, it's just basic figure drawing. Of course, we have our other stills on there. We will get to those later. I was making thumbnails, but yeah, you're not going to see them because it's that's in the way, sadly. But I made a skeleton here that I put over everything, and I sketched over that. You'll be seeing this more like when we get to the actual animation phase, not so much now, but I thought I would just explain the process on how I make these thumbnails, and that yeah, this is all hand drawn by me. I don't have all these layers for no reason. We don't AI here, sorry. We do it all. And the thing about that is, with AI, before I really go into it, is, yeah, technically, if people think that, oh, the self-insert shit's cringe with the animated characters, squawk, would be better off to just spend money to AI rather than posting your life here. Well, I have to severely disagree with that sentiment for multiple reasons. One, this wasn't just something that I came up with last year and said, yeah, I'm gonna do. This was over a half a decade in the making and committing to. Also for this was just drawing in flats. As you can see here, I just drew in flats. And I just Gaussian blurred it. And then brought down the opacity. So that's how you get that. And then I just rotated the whole group to make it point up like I'm holding it like it's some type of great one from Bloodborne or something. And same thing kind of goes, and the same effects kind of was what I'm using for the background. So like we have like the lights were always here. You can use I Gaussian blurred those too. We got, okay, no, those are the stars actually. So one thing you might notice here is that I have 1.5 G blur. That is me just that's me just making a note on the layer on how much I need to blur it, because I already know what it is. It's supposed to be stars. Here, we'll get into this lore and everything, I promise. Everything's going to make sense by the end of this. But just know that for right now. On top of that, yeah, the signatures are very easy to do. It's just, again, Gaussian blur with a flat, just in cursive. Same thing with Amelia here. Oh, that's a heart, by the way. If you're wondering what's next to the sun, that's a heart. And Niagara's Fine Showman is really just like a Broadway type of... I made it myself, but it's a Broadway type of font. And then I just put the black and white behind it, like a border behind it, because it's just so good. And Persona uses it, so it's obviously good. Hero Ren's obviously based off Joker from Persona 5. The whole bloodline has the name Ren as homage to him. So, we have titles. So this is Hero Ren. This dude right here that's got the Joker-like pose. The overcoat actually is based off of Joker's. I just tailored it into a tunic, like Link, because he's also got that because of my hair and because of a lot of my inspiration from a kid. We also have some gold armor plates, which is brass. It's not fool's gold. Fool's gold's pirate, I think Prite or something like that. It's brass. So it's like a false gold. That's what his plating is. And then we added some of Link's straps to it to add a bit of brown to the overall apparel. You'll see it in the full product, but that's basically the overall character design. You can see here with the sash strap. And I was going back and forth, because if I do the whole side bangs, Birkin bang ponytail, that's Nico Komidori, as I'm coining it the Komidori Classic. So I thought we'll just have Hero Ren be more like a rock star and just have the wolf cut flow down like it's TOTK, and I think everyone's okay with that. So now that we've done that, getting back into the excuse me, back into the background. Also, by the way, Amelia is just flats. She's just flats. I do have one, yeah, right here. just for the lighting here, I just have a single layer right there for it, and I just lowered the opacity, so that's what it is before. So 35 opacity. It's a nice little touch up, but isn't too abrasive. Amelia, for anyone who doesn't know, she is a wolf, but unlike Amaterasu, she's not Japanese. Amelia is Irish. So, that if you couldn't tell, I'll tell your Ren to skedaddle right here. Dear God. I wasn't kidding about the cough. I'm fine, people, I'm fine. See? But yeah, if I remove it, you can see her outfit is based on, I think it's traditional Irish. I think I'm gonna probably butcher name. I think it's like chemis with an over dress, almost like a blouse underneath. But this is her like at full power. So when we get into the storyboarding here, she does go into a dwarf form. But I'm not going to get into that just yet because I'm already overloading everyone with so much information just based off of how I pieced this together. So we're going to keep it simple and we'll go as promised. Now I am going to recommend again, if you do end up watching this later, I recommend you at the very least putting this, I know the cough is, really freaking annoying. Trust me, I had to live with it for almost 2 months now, so I understand. But yeah, if you're going to listen to this as a podcast sometime, like playing a game or doing artwork, you're going to be able to pick up a lot more from this, and when you watch the series, stuff will start to make more sense. Let's see, what else are we missing here? I think that's about it, because the background is literally just two. It's just a purple, and then I make a spotlight by just cutting out by just putting black over it, so kind of like this. If I can find it, y'all. Yeah, so just grab our black, pop it in. It's kind of hard because we have all this stuff in the way, so let me actually move this up here. Just take our scissors, click, click, click. Excuse me. Do that. Oh, do not gradient map. Do not do that. Gaussian blur. I don't go any more than 8 because you start getting these weird. Let me just show it to you instead of trying to explain. So right now it looks kind of nice and smooth, but you can see like there's kind of these lines. These like blue lines coming out from it. That increases and gets worse and goes out even further as you make it go more. And by the way, I'm using Procreate. I should have probably put that somewhere in my thumbnail. I might start putting that in the other ones so people know what software I'm using. But yeah, it kind of makes like that true blurring, fading in the light in the night type effect. And yeah, that's what's in the background there. And for the two spotlights you're seeing, the magenta and the pink one, it's literally just a rectangle, and then I just Gaussian blur it. And usually I'll also, when I'm doing that part too, so I'll just use this here, just like that. I'm using a very thin brush. It's just that, and then we get out our select tool, make the best one I can, magical brush, Gaussian blur, however strong I need it. Obviously it's not the most cleanest example, but just so you have an idea of how it works. So that's what it is. But yeah, so that's that. There you guys go. Hope you all have enjoyed so far. There isn't too much. Like I said, Amelia is just flats. She's just in flats. Now Amelia's real name is Dohalinha, so obviously an Irish name. Obviously, like kind of like Scathage from. And by the way, the color choice, if it's looking like, I've been wondering because I realized Scathage, or not Scathage. Oh my god, Skaha from Grand Fate. I'm just starting to realize this just now that her hair almost looks like hers. That was completely coincidental. I came up with this color palette quite a long time ago, back when her design looked like Dookie. But I kind of just found a good color palette to use. Because I knew I wanted her to be a golden wolf, but I didn't know what kind of hair I wanted to pick. So I picked like a darkish magenta red. And yeah, so that's that. I think now that is everything with the thumbnail. There's not really too much to show else here. I think we're gonna get into storyboarding in just a bit. On a finishing note, just go ahead and put all this back. If you guys are enjoying the content, no, excuse me. If you guys are enjoying the content, please be sure to like the live. Like the live, share the live, follow me, join the Discord server, and if you have a few bucks to spare, throw into my Ko-Fi or become a Patreon member. One thing about the Patreon, I haven't updated this on all platforms yet, but the Patreon rewards are basically shut down. Basically, if it's paid content, you'll still have access to it. I still plan to go by every month and update you guys with exclusive content. Right now, if you're a free member, you do get the 18-minute video update on what's going on. So yeah, there's that too. So I just want to point that out there. I will update every other social media with a post or a comment below saying, yeah, currently, temporarily, it's being taken down. When I can bring it back, then I'll obviously remove the comment and on YouTube say not outdated. Excuse me. I know, y'all. I had to deal with this call for freaking almost 2 months now. So you can only imagine how devastating this is. So let's actually talk a little bit about the real thumbnail. So we currently have the one for Nico, for Hero Ren here. So basically, I do have a bit of focal length blur on it that I just did by just... So without it, without, you can see the difference. It really is allowing your eyes to be brought onto her face and still keeping that motion without truly being distracted from it. That's pretty good. So yeah. To do it, again, you could just make a new one. Say I wanted to just focus on her arm for whatever the hell reason. I could just cut this out. Oh shit, wait, I did it wrong. You know what, no, we'll just do just her face. We just cut out her face. Then blur that out. Do not need it to be a lot. You just need to be a little bit so that you can see it, and that's kind of how. Probably need to do it a little bit stronger. Yeah, I definitely need to do a bit stronger, but you get the point. So, and I did that for everyone else. All the thumbnails are custom, so they most likely will not get reused. So please appreciate that. Well, I know I'm doing it. Please, you better appreciate that now. But yeah, I do put in a lot of hard work, and I'm a solo. I'm an independent, so I do everything myself. So it is appreciated if you can share, like, and if you have some bucks to spare, throw them to Ko-Fi or Patreon. I'm dying here, people. Anyways, I jest. So yeah. So Tabitha, a lot of people, now Sir Squawks, obviously, Squawk for the homie, Squawk. He got to see this first because he's a real one. But yeah, you'll be seeing Tabs here. She was originally just a Renamon, but then I just changed her, so she's like completely different now. Yeah, and of course her name was originally Rena. Yeah, what's up with everybody freaking being? What's up with everybody's name being Ren? You know, but yeah. You'll be seeing her, and then of course there's Squawks, he sees it, but yeah, she's in it. We got her storyboard for her arc nearly completed by now, so you won't be seeing that for a little bit. I'll still be showing it off eventually, but just not yet. Again, if you guys haven't already, share the live, like the live, follow, throw me some gifts, throw some bucks to the Ko-Fi or Patreon. This was over a month of having to finally get this ball rolling after 7 years, so please, if you can. And you already can see her, but the last character I guess I'll introduce before we get into storyboarding is Michi. So out of every character, she was the most interesting to have to make, because since it's also based off of a little bit from Persona 5, you got to have some type of mini character mascot. and Michi kind of was just the one I landed on. So I'm not gonna go too far just yet, but I have teased something. If you know what I'm talking about in the Patreon video, I was teasing something. This is your hint. That's all I'm gonna say. It's 18-minute video. This was your hint. So yeah, good luck figuring it out. It won't take much if you're paying attention. So now we've gotten that out of the excuse me, that out of the way. You'll be seeing these as thumbnails on my YouTube channel every now and then. They'll be popping up. That's another reason to be notified. Keep that notification up. And yeah, so get Amelia back on here. Let's finally get the show on the road. So we finally wait for it. So at 30 minutes, I'm going to be posting after this live for everybody who couldn't watch to say this is when the party gets started. Although watching it as a or listening to it as a podcast, completely fine too. Wowie zowie. Ugh. Never gonna miss this cold. Okay. So let's get into storyboarding at basically an hour and a half. If you guys haven't already, share the live, like it. So I mentioned earlier that Amelia ends up becoming basically a dwarf. The reason this happens is because she essentially gets a reborn reset. Like I said before, there were spoilers to this. So this is kind of the final warning. I know what y'all are looking at the last one there. I probably should have pointed this out earlier. Yeah, everyone basically has this sort of where, you know, not in the birthday suit, but you know, she's in the bikini. So yeah, this is what happens when I have to play meta. I'm not a fan of it, but we do what we have to do because, you know, life's too short, and we need that support. So life's too short, so I need the support. So yeah, here she is. This is Amelia in full. Before she gets put into a soda kara, before she gets put into a mini dwarf version of her, which is how she's going to reside for the first part of Amelia's Sun. So let's actually talk a little bit. Great. Are you serious? Okay. Unsurprisingly, that happened. Really stupid. Really stupid that it didn't catch me earlier. Oh well. Probably not going to be able to do this. Unbelievable. You know what, everybody? Move over to YouTube. Everybody just move over to YouTube. So, yeah, because at the very least, YouTube isn't going to be on this stupid stuff. Or I'm just going to have to show Amelia in this. So, there we go. Is it better, YouTube? Is it better? Or not better? Yeah, I was streaming on TikTok, and apparently they think that this is too hot. So, yeah, okay, fine. Fine, sorry guys. This is why YouTube is our home, as you all know. If TikTok wants me on that pussy shit, fine. They lose out. Not my fault, not my problem anymore. I'll just send the live over there then, because that's stupid. Love you, YouTube. Always be my home. Anyways, but yeah. This apparently is too hot for TikTok, but YouTube is a real one. Like me and Steve, Woody and Buzz, as you already know, we don't need to sleep on that shit. But yeah, so apparently this is too hot. I don't get it. I don't see it. But this is but we do what we have to do to get there. But yeah, so this is her outfit. Like I said, it is a Shin's and also if I make mistakes, I think just let me know in the comments or something, or in the live chat. There's a good chance I will end up making a mistake, but yeah, it's like a chimes with a overdress, or it's a blouse underneath, whichever one, pick your flavor basically. So yeah, she is Irish. Her Irish name is Dohalinha. Also, major spoilers in this one, I think. I already said this earlier, but if you're here, just being here enough is already a victory in of itself that we've gotten this far. So yeah. Her name is at least when I put it, now, I know exactly, no AI is used on the channel, unless I say so, but I did use AI for the research part. Which I don't think a lot of people are going to mind at all, because that's what it should be used for. It shouldn't be used to replace creativity, but I was using it for research, to look certain things up. And honestly, goodness, I have it up when I do research and look up things online anyways. If you all have a problem with that, let me know if there's an issue with that. But the greatest extent of it will probably be just trying to get opinions on color theory. Outside of that, I don't use AI for anything else other than maybe certain structural elements, but that's as far as this goes. So yeah, God. But good God, even without it, what Amelia originally looked like was vomit. So getting her to this point, it was a real freaking drag. Holy shit. But I'm really impressed with the final result, but we had to get that one out of the way. So yeah, throughout most of the ep, this is what we have her as. So she gets like, she's like, I don't even know, like 3 feet tall now. And yeah. I'll just forget, guys, good God. So she ends up becoming really tiny because she gets reset. So Hero Ren holds the keys to Amelia's ether, and essentially by touching the petrified version of her, he has basically rebirthed her, allowing for the cycle to repeat. So Amelia, so for anyone who isn't aware, Amelia's original inspiration was Amaterasu from Okami. Amaterasu is a sun goddess. A goddess is usually an entity with a lot of power. So with that being said, Amelia of course has to be some sort of goddess, or at least on a parallel to it. Well, that's not exactly the case. Amelia is more so what I call a living concept. She is the living sentient concept of lust. And I think a lot of people probably already, like, when I showed this, is like, yeah, I think I get where you're going with this, Nico. I think I see it already. Yeah. But that was always going to be the case since basically 2019. So nothing too much changed there. Amelia is also hails from the same realm as Avant now. I haven't shown off Avant much, but he's essentially the knight character. Not to be confused with Dilhelm from the Christmas special, but he is sure. Oh my God. Amelia is from the same realm, along with Avant Ren. Now Avant Ren is the silver cat from the unreleased yet Halloween animation we were doing that was inspired by Expedition 33's final boss. So Avant Ren is also a living concept as well, but Amelia is the living concept of lust. Now, interestingly enough, massive spoilers here. This is an endgame spoiler, by the way, so you've been warned. Okay, well, I guess this isn't an endgame spoiler, but though it's the theme of it. But a major theme of Amelia's son is that you can be good intention and still be capable of immense psychological harm and doing bad. And Amelia's whole existence, despite wanting to do good, her being a living concept of lust is unfortunately coming with consequences to those that she loves that are basically turning everything into a living hell. And what happens in the first episode. Now, I don't have Old King Victor actually concept arted out, so I can't actually do the first fight, but essentially I'm going to give you the ultimate rundown. So what happens is Hero Ren, and I haven't even told you how the fuck how he even got into the realm, so I'm not trying to jump around too much with this at all, but what I am going to say is it starts out with Old King Victor, who was the last sovereign of Amelia, and he is at the end of the earth, basically. So, and I promise I'll go into the arc and saga here in a moment, but we do have to get this information out of the way in order for you to understand. So Hero Ren comes around and is going to, essentially all he has to do is just touch petrified Amelia in this state. So she's going to look exactly like this. We're seeing her now. This is her in her full adult goddess entity form. All he has to do is go up and touch her. That's all he has to do. Just anywhere. I know what you're thinking, but you fucking sick son of a bitch. Get that shit out of your head. But yes, could be there too. So he has to do that. Now, unfortunately, Victor doesn't actually remember the entire reason why he is keeping everybody from ever doing that. And the reason why is because this is at the world's end. Like, if Hero Ren came any later, the whole world, including Amelia, would literally fade and crumble into dust. So they are at the absolute end of the world here. Hero Ren got transported there because now I think it's the time to say, now that you have all that information. This place, known as Leasgard, or Leasyard, from Old English translates to False World, or False Earth. Original inspirations from Midden-Yard, I think is what it's called, which is also Old English for Middle Earth. That's where that comes from. And that is the name of this place. And essentially, it's like Lothric from Dark Souls 3 and the Otherworld from Silent Hill put together. So, getting back into the narrative, Hero Ren basically, because Old King Victor's like basically crumbling to fucking dust. Hero Ren's a 16-year-old kid, by the way, and he basically bests this guy. Not without trouble, of course, but he does best him. And the saddest part is, they were at like one of the last possible like hours or even minutes before Amelia would have crumbled to dust. So this is how close they were from just erasing Amelia from existence. And then this 16-year-old fucking kid comes here, kills this dude who is like basically brittle, who is defending and killed countless freaking heroes trying to stop them from resurrecting Amelia. And then this kid, 16-year-old kid, just comes up and goes, boop. And the whole cycle starts all over again. So, Amelia isn't, I wouldn't say she's a true villain, but, and this is your final warning, not that you probably give a damn anymore, but this is your final warning for the spoiler. She starts as an ally, but in the main scope of the story, she is an antagonist. We aren't going to get into the ending just yet, but if you have all that lore and information up front, then this is your hook, this is your lead, without me having to do anything extra, no having to show any video, not having to show any animation, not having to show any audio, novelty stuff, no storyboards. That is the information. You have it. Whether you're on board or not with me is up to you. If you are, I'm assuming you're going to stick around. Again, I have the Ko-Fi link up above, or the Patreon if you want to help me with this, but that's what you have. But that's what we would do. When I have Victor concept arted out and made a turnaround model sheet of him, we get into it there. For the time being, we're just going to start with the events that happen afterwards. So I do have notes written, not a fair ton for this, but I do have notes written, mostly for the different arcs and sagas. There's 3 sagas in Amelia's Son, and there's not many arcs because most events that happen are going to be pretty condensed anyways. Let me check, what's my percentage? 83, okay. So the first saga is the Leasgard saga. since the most difficult part of this was since it was very based off of, or at least the first saga is based heavily off of Dark Souls 3, and Hiroren being a high school student, since it's taking huge inspiration from Persona, to make it a Souls game really work, or a Souls-like, now obviously this is an animation of course, but to make a Souls-like and a Persona 5 life sim or school sim be put together is a little bit difficult, and it's gonna be kind of jank no matter what you really do. So we kind of have to keep it that way. We are gonna be getting into it in just a moment. We are not gonna start from exactly, so we might start from after Hiroren resurrects Amelia. So the first part is gonna be, it's not like the High Wall of Lothric. Okay, if you play Dark Souls 3, you know what I mean. It's instead gonna be taking inspiration from a different time period, even though it still is medieval. I do hope though that that was enough of a hook with the expedition dump. So yeah, that's where we're starting off from. So now let's actually get into excuse me, storyboarding here. So I made the storyboard up. 46 minutes, damn. What the hell? And by the way, for anyone who's wondering, the difference between a storyboard and a beatboard is that a beatboard is just getting down the main plot points and emotional moments, while a storyboard is what I like to do, which is where we take each individual scene and we add the information, the shot, the timing, the actions, the dialogue, the camera movement. As you can see here, you can also put how long that shot's gonna be moving around, and also, oh, awesome, Ellen, how you doing? Glad to hear it. And also, how was it? And also, now I can finally talk. And also, any other information you might need. So that's that. Now we're done with that. I made up about 24 panels here. Duplicate them, spread them out, and that's what we're doing. So here's what we're gonna do. Again, for anyone who's coming in, if you are watching on YouTube, this will still be up even when it's down. I strongly recommend putting it back on and listening to it like a podcast. If you could put up with my coughing, amazing, because you're not going to want to meet, you are not going to want to miss the overall narrative and expedition dump, or else you aren't going to be as invested in the story. Now, I haven't really gone over what it means to be the finest, why Hiroren's the finest showman yet, mostly because you're not going to know what that is until, it's not going to be relevant until Leasgard Saga is actually over, which does stink, because Leasgard Saga again, is going to be taking up a sizable portion of this. So, yeah, also up top you could put what the name of the project is, who made it, and maybe what the scenes are, what arc it's or saga it's a part of if you wanted it to. So there's a lot you could do here. But we are essentially going to bring up my nostalgic playlist from when I was in 11th grade here. It's full of J City Pop. My God, Maria Takeuchi all over the shop. But you guys, I think, are still listening to Persona. But yeah. I'm sadly not going to have as much to say here. This might be the part where my yapping slows down, sadly. But we do have to eventually get to this. So if there is anything I can say, I will say whatever I can to be as interesting as possible. Overall, again, I do appreciate everybody who has watched me for this long. One thing I'm going to say right now, before we actually get into this, if you aren't used to my lives. I'm pretty sure everyone here already watches them and already knows exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not used to lives, they are pretty long. They're very, very long. They can get drowned out because I will just push through and just keep going on for basically ever. Because of that reason, you are going to want to make sure that you either keep me on like a podcast, or if you have to sadly leave, just go back and just re-scroll through and just see what you missed. I'll probably end up recapping it in a previous episode or in an episode prior to it. But if it does happen, just know that that's why. Yeah. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, we're going to actually start this up. So let's get into, well, I mean, generally everything has been interesting so far, I would hope. Okay. So we're going to start from after, hold on, so, what the hell am I talking about? After Victor is defeated. So, Huron has just resurrected her. Or let's say resurrected. I guess that really is what she is. But since no one basically believes in her anymore, or even knows, okay. You know, if I'm going to be talking about that, let's go through it thoroughly. So how Amelia works, essentially, and why she's more dwarfized is because she's insanely powerless, basically. So she has to rely on her sovereign, which is going to be Hero Ren, of course, to be able to essentially feed off of his connections and bonds with the people he meets to help solve problems throughout the world of Leesgard. Because Leesgard is like the other world from Silent Hill. So since Hero Ren's a kid, he doesn't really have any baggage. So the world to him, if any monster stuff he's fighting is going to be either Amelia's or one of his other allies, such as Tabitha, having a lot of monsters that are like those from the Hive, or from the Nest, for instance. We saw Tabs earlier. I don't have her model sheet on this one because we're not doing her today, but you did get to see her earlier. You can always go back and look on YouTube. But yeah, there's that. Up to this point, to really explain, since storyboards you really don't be spending tons of time on, most of them, or say if you're spending more than 10 minutes, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, art is subjective from person to person, and I really, really like my stuff. So it helps me out as an independent to have that information and have me remember it, which is why I do it. But yeah. Here's what we're gonna say. So yeah, I have my mouse here. I'll usually work off of it. Usually I animate off of it, but for this I will have it if I need it. And then for me, I just sketch out some random stuff. So make sure yep, looks good. Brush stroke length looks, wow, length looks good. So after Gleam, I could just start straight from the touch and then we go from there because it's just transitions, but I will make them into separate ones, so we'll start from a fresh one. So after Hero would touch Amelia's petrified self, it just shines light and then they end up in the next area. There's almost like it's like the High Wall Lothric from Dark Souls 3. There is some, there's no dust yet. At the Dread Keep like segment happens after when Hero Ren gets to meet up with Michi. And of course from there they go to the woods to the I'm sorry. To road to get Tabitha, so that's what happens there. And then eventually do a BRB to get more water. But alright. I'm gonna go over my notes if anyone's wondering what I'm doing. Also, by the way, this is gonna have like spoilers for the whole thing, so again, I'm just letting you know that right now, for anyone new who's just coming in. Alright everyone, the quote-unquote boring part starts now where I stop talking. Although I doubt it, so Would you like a close-up of Ren? Why not? I wasn't kidding when I said, like, freaking, like, it's really, like, I just really sketched myself. Because I already know what I'm going to sound like and look like anyways. So I don't need to worry too much. As long as I know what the expression is of what I'm saying. Generally, that's when it goes down. Okay, if you guys can, be sure to share the live, like the live, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow my other socials, join the Discord server if you want to keep up to date, and subscribe, and throw some bucks to my Ko-Fi or my Patreon if you got them and can. Thank you so much. Merchandise for Saffron Song will be out probably within the... Probably not for a while. Probably shouldn't be saying that yet, but you know what? For me, I usually just sketch me down pretty lazily. Not as fun as the furry characters. Not Nico. Squawk. Yeah. I hear the squawks already. Oh, one thing I've really been utilizing in Procreate is the snap feature. I'll tell you right now, it makes a massive difference. Being able to just clip it into place and move it, rather than having to like mess around with keeping it. Like in snap form, look at how awesome this is. Easy access, right? Compared to no snap, where I have to like carefully move it like that. It's just so tedious. Snap has been a great godsend to have, so yeah. Nice. So now we're just gonna go ahead and this is how you're gonna see me drawn. So I don't even know why. I give myself like this hair that's like Nico Komidori's, aka me. Even though Hero Ren's bangs are canonically longer. Interestingly enough, earlier I was watching Berserk of all things. Got this nice like close-up shot here. We got like shield from the freaking showing the eyes for moving away. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of chicken scratch. I can read my handwriting just fine, so that's all that matters. But yeah, you're gonna be seeing a lot of chicken scratch. First frame done before an hour on the stream. How about that? Sweet. Now I'll call them like H-Ren, just because it's easier. So that's that. They spelled shield wrong. Wow, I'm stupid. I definitely did. You're seeing a lot of that, so be ready. There ain't no autocorrect on Procreate because guess what? Created, not generated. Amelia's PA. Oh my gosh! There we go. The ground, so we're gonna have Hero Ren here. Try to take a little slow with my hand, because these going by super fast can make it tire really fast. Because sometimes I can really go crazy. I don't always put apostrophes with characters, but if it's not entirely obvious, then I will. And by the way, you figure out what works best for you, because sometimes this is gonna be really tedious or not work out the best for everyone else. Not that promiscuously though. Okay, so Beautiful shot of me, by the way. Absolutely beautiful shot. You can see every detail, can't y'all? Oh my gosh. What on earth? But yeah, this is like the first one. Thank you again. Everybody who has been watching this far. Yeah. I was careful. Was I kidding about the cough? So we're gonna get a million probably the next shot. You just need to get enough information. You don't need to go insanely crazy. Just enough so we know what's going on. So yeah. This is like a tunic. Pop that down. Just some information so we know what's happening. Because usually I don't even put in this much, honestly. Looks like a vest, but you know, hey, whatever. You guys have right there some gifts. Got my Ko-Fi link. Also, Patreon if you want. Or just follow and share live. This is my anime series for everyone new coming in. Spoilers are up ahead though. I should probably put that he looks down actually, but you know what? You just need enough information. It does not need to be perfect. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Wait, what am I doing? Then looking down. Didn't have enough space to put here. The girls. And you can do it any way you want. This is just how I'm doing it. Don't think that you have to be. You can even find templates online for storyboards, or even just use beat boards if you have that much talent and memory, or if you're working with a team. But if you're doing it independently, the one thing I want to say, if you actually do go through with following this, note that not time, life, responsibilities, they get in the way. All right. So you might, something like this scale, you might not be, unless you're using AI, which God forbid, you might not be able to do or complete for maybe 3 years, 5 years, but you know, one day it will get done. I don't recommend going through and doing it how I do it at all. It is a massive commitment that has a lot of sacrifice to it that might or might not be worth it regardless of outcome. So just keep that in mind. There's nothing wrong with, you know, drawing this out over 5 years. There really isn't. Don't try to be me. Because at the end of the day, and I don't like to talk about stuff like this because it's pretty negative, but at the end of the day, I have to be able to come to terms with the fact that I chose this, to do it this way, and that I missed out on a ton to pursue this. But hey, you know, having that, one day having my own freaking spot at a dealer's den with like, oh, I don't have it here, with like 50 Michi plushes to sell sounds pretty freaking great and worth it to me. So, you know, we find different ways to love life now, don't we? I wasn't kidding about that. That is one thing I want to do. Maybe next year. Hopefully next year. I'm not going to tell you about merchandise and what I have ready or not, but because what's the fun in that? But there is something. I will say that there is something. Okay, now I'm gonna skip this one and just put this is probably going to be done. I'm not 1000% sure I was going to do this part. Well, I knew how Emilia's reaction was going to be, but I didn't know how I was going to do Hero Ren's reaction. I had no idea. Alright. The one time it would have been really helpful to have a fucking... I'm really smart. Okay, I'm going to turn off the snapping now for this part. Since Emilia's hair is so freaking detailed, we are really going to skimp. That would have been a good time to actually have it on, I won't lie to you. Damn, man. Pop those two together. By the way, you do not have to do it how I do it here. Okay. And then I just work off it as if I was doing a single shot, but from the series, but like... Actually, you know what? Hold on, let me just see if this makes sense. I'm not 1000% sure if I'm gonna keep this or not. Oh, damn. Okay. If that's the case, then wow, what am I doing? This one could be close up. There we go. Again, guys, if you haven't already, throw some gifts, Ko-Fi and the Ko-Fi link. The Ko-Fi link and the Patreon are there. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me, share live, and yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, I like to say that like all the time, but honest to goodness, when you're going at this alone, really something. And maybe one day we'll go into that more in depth. Because really, do I need to do this all alone? Is the real question. I mean, obviously I'm technically not, because I have the audio team. But there's something about it that's very personal when you've done it for this long and you have all these skills that you built that you want to put to good use. It's really hard to let that go. Don't have any idea why I just duped that. So, okay, alright. And now I know why I duped it. Because I like to work off it like it's a model sheet. So, appreciate everyone that's dealing with my fucking cough. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay, I grabbed the wrong one, that's why. Oh, I completely effed that up. Okay. Thankfully she's symmetrical, so that helps a ton. So at least Amelia has that going for her. I try to keep all my characters symmetrical if I can, because it just makes it easier for when I have to do these types of parts. Oh, by the way, if you're gonna do it like this is not the way we should do it. Before you tilt, make sure you have it fully optimized and ready. Fully optimized and ready before you actually go ahead and tilt it. It'll just make it so much easier when you're working off the model sheet like this. Oh damn, that makes it confusing. Hold on. There we go. That's a lot better. Put back on the snap. If you're on Procreate, when you press snap, make sure you have the magnetic set. If not, it might make it move in a different way. So just keep that in mind too. Gonna have to pop Procreate on one of them so people know, or at least put it in the, I'm gonna say in the description, but in the title if I can, if there's enough room, because they only give you like 100 credentials. So yeah, that's what you have to work on YouTube. But on the other platforms, I'm not so sure. I think it might be like 100, 150. Not sure. I'm also wondering, should I start live streaming on Blue Sky? You think people will be interested in this if we do it from there? And by the way, if y'all want to see what the designs were before I went back, oh my god. Good god, they were vomit. This series would have failed on the spot if we kept them like that. It was so fucking disgusting. It was gross. Very fucking disgusting. Tunnel snapping just to spin. Make that nice. The advantage in 2D frame animation to doing close-ups is that they're not that bad. They're actually pretty efficient. Just need to know how to space them. Again. Keep it on going. And again, art's very different from person to person, so maybe if y'all don't want to sketch off a model sheet and work off a model sheet, you don't have to. I strongly suggest it. I went basically 2 years without using a model sheet. Like if you go back to like 2024 and watch those animations I didn't use a model sheet for, so, and you can see just how disgustingly inconsistent they were. Like, it was hard to watch at times. Right, I should probably stop worrying so much about being perfectionist and just get this on the road. I remember riding the bus to school, thinking about making this series all those years ago, and how far we've come. Oh, it's beautiful. Boy, I'm so happy. Interestingly enough, originally I was gonna try to have the song for this anime series. So I know Digital Circus's episode 9 came out, and Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely like blew the fuck up because of it, unsurprisingly. But in Amelia's Son, originally I was gonna have at one point play back in 2019. When I first listened to it on the bus, I was thinking, dude, this would be such a great time to play at the end of this part of the one arc that we will be getting into later. But the song is called That's What Friends Are For, which Stevie Wonder was in that song, singing it and playing his harmonica. And this is back in 2019, so way before Digital Circus ever even came out. Whether or not it existed, I don't know. Whether or not they had the idea to do the song, I don't know. Either way. I was living under a rock back then, so I wouldn't have known anyways. But yeah. Very interesting how that works out now, doesn't it? Yeah, I really gotta stop trying to be a perfectionist here and just, really pull it in. Definitely could do a better job on that, but that's fine. I know she looks a slad bit herpy-derpy, but, we'll fix that on up. It's mostly because she doesn't have that move. She doesn't have, like, the arc on this one as strongly. That curve. You know what I mean? But when we actually get to the Niagara arc, Well, actually, no. Niagara's a saga. What am I talking about? It's the second one. That's when it gets... I mean, this is exciting, don't get me wrong. You gotta start up with building it up, of course. But it gets really exciting when you get to that point. Niagara is, in this series, is like Wano in One Piece. That's how massive it is. That's how I could give you an equivalent. Kind of like that, you know. We don't need to go crazy. It helps to have more, but you don't have to. And the more you do it, the better you get. So, if it ain't looking the greatest at first, that's okay. But I know not everyone has all the time in the world to be able to do this. So there is that as well. Gotta make your mark today. I'd appreciate again everyone who's watched. Excuse me, who's watched this far. Might have to do a BRB to get water. But eventually, as you can see, the flask is all empty. But yeah. I'm really excited for when this really gets to see the light. Now, interestingly, I've been debating whether or not episode 1 or 2 should come out first. Even though it makes sense for Ep1. And one thing I've noticed is that I've thought, went back and forth on if money spent on the series should just go towards more animators. But then I would need that. But then more self-design comes because everything, like of course I'm going to cut the team of people that put this together, obviously. But we are going to eventually... I've thought about back and forth. But how much identity is really left to it? And I don't really know. What do you guys... Do you think it's impressive if a person is an independent, or do you think they're no different from a person as a team? I know that's a crazy question to ask, but I'm genuinely curious if people think that really makes a difference, or if it's just foolish. Because I can understand both sides of that, and I'm an independent myself. And it doesn't even matter if it was a self-insert or not, or even a self-ship or not, because even like teams still have to like hire people to animate. Like, it's very rare you can get competent 2D frame-by-frame animators to do it to do it for free, or at the very least do it with get paid and exposure. Even that's really difficult to do. Wow. Talk about... yeah, I've spent too much time. This is like a full render. But hey. At least it's gonna be peak. I ain't gonna argue with that. Alright. I love doing the pop, like being drunk is a good idea. So I won't do that part. Holy moly. Holy moly. I don't even want to know how much time I spent on this shot. Good God. This isn't even a storyboard anymore. It's a low resolution freaking finished frame. So cool soon. Probably should put Hero Run in that one. Never mind, it's too obvious. Alright, it's going to be very hard to put down a skeleton on this one. So just do it like this. Something like that. I know it's probably way too big, but I'm not trying to make it perfect. Okay. So yeah, the blouse puffs kind of had to be brought up. So yeah, her outfit is just as simplistic as she would be at this point. As you saw earlier, she did, when she got into her full form, her outfit was much more sophisticated. Alright. Your other leg could be a little bit further out here. Does that make sense? Like a boy kissler type thing because it's so far away. Gotta look up a bit. 1, 2, 3. Gotta be careful with the information here. Don't want to overload so I can't. So it's bad. So bad to the point where I can't see what it is. So make out what it is. Just do something simple like this so we can figure it out. Go too much in, you risk it. It happens sometimes. I should put her tail in now. There we go. Okay. Still no one we're doing for that one. Indeed it is. Sir Squawks, indeed it is. Very, very micro. Okay. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna do a quick BRB here. I'm gonna get water. When I get back, hopefully, we'll be able to continue. So this is what never got done so far. I should be in more than like 2 minutes at maximum. Just getting water. So I'll see you in just a bit. So you don't get bored. Let me just pop boop. So you know what's up. And whenever I find the... I have so many on here, my gosh. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in just a bit. I'm gonna go and get water. Well, I forgot the iPad. Let me go on ahead and grab that. Alright. So we finally got this back up and I'm moving again. There's so many flavors of plastic love, oh my gosh. Alright. It's a vibe now. Again, I want to thank everybody for watching this long. Hopefully you are enjoying. So bring me back. Bring back. Boom. We are back. Wait a second. Where's the water bottle? Oh my god. Well, we can't have no water now, can we? What on earth? Where did I... Are you serious? I gotta... Got the water. It was in the bathroom. Aye, aye, aye. Okay, now we're actually back for real this time. I'm sorry, everybody. That was super ultra lame. Booyah. Alright, we're back. If you guys are enjoying the concept, be sure to leave a like, share the live, follow me. Subscribe to YouTube channel, follow my socials, links are on my profile page in the description, one in the description and on my profile or my channel banner. Also, you can join Discord server, links to my profile page as well. Never miss when I go live. And now we're gonna keep going. So, where are we? We're not at that point yet. We will get there eventually. Chink. Alright, where are we? Okay. What? Shorter focal zoom into full body. Alright. It's not always fast as Michi. Michi's insanely fast because how animator friendly I made her. But when you have characters that usually are animator friendly, it's kind of hard to go wrong. Now, however, it's not. I'm not sure, but let's just go ahead and do what we usually do. 1 hour screen. Obviously, it's not 1000% right. Actually, no. I'd actually say that's like pretty incorrect. I'm gonna have to do that right. So it's not 1000% on the mark, but it's close enough to work. All right. I'll probably put this one at like a down, looking up slightly. Nah, actually, never mind. Don't need to do that at all. Some people might even say that it might not be a bad idea to, you know, maybe, just maybe, just write down all of the information first and then just draw the thing second, so you have that all done. And if you have that done already and you're not having to come up with certain things on your own, it makes sense. Again, I appreciate it wholeheartedly, everyone who is here watching. Thank you so much. It's daunting, takes all along. You do sacrifice quite a bit, but I guess the ultimate victory is just being able to do it. Because not many people can, for whichever reason it might be. Oh my gosh. We'll go for about 3 hours, because I think, yeah. Is the music still running, everyone? It should be. I don't know if it is. Yeah, my mic is on, so okay, I'm just making sure. At first I thought it was off. I forgot to turn it back on again. This is all I want to do. I kind of have to be able to So I remember my first playthrough through Dark Souls 3. Very nice. Right. What am I doing? Don't gotta be perfect. Just gotta get down the info. Real, but yeah, like traditionally you would want to get through this in like 10 minutes or less. So I wouldn't bother too much. Try to get done. You don't need to go into crazy bits. I just because it's just what I like to do. Maybe that could potentially be a problem. That I am truly doing it wrong because I don't like breaking my comfort zone. Although I don't really think there is a true wrong way to do it. I mean, I'm sure there is an inefficient way to do it, but I don't know if calling this the wrong way to do it really is worth it. So yeah. Yeah, real easy when I don't have to do as much. But yeah, I really just want to get this info down. Alright, that should be enough to just pop down. We'll throw on that snap, bring it on over, and mirror the best we can. Looking good as it should. So go ahead and make it like that. Bring it on down. Ooh, turn snapping off. Pop that. So we're gonna pick up the pace a little bit more here. Again, I can only tell you as much as I know. I am, even though I did go to college, I am still, most of my work and what I still use is self-taught and is what I'm used to. So I do want to point that out. Not saying that that's really gonna put you at any horrible disadvantage or something, but just letting you know. Granted, life is different for everyone, so not everyone's gonna have like the same experience for it. The only thing I'm really gonna Got to move this down, so let's see what we get here. Distort it just a tad. Damn, my mind is too fast for your eyes. You're done in right now. Time to teach you your last surprise. Don't die. The first, I actually found out about Maria Takeuchi's plastic love through a Persona 5. Sorry. The Persona 5 mashup of Last Surprise and Plastic called Plastic Splash was on SoundCloud of all things. So yeah, interesting bit of lore there. Oh, what the heck? Should I even bother? No. Yes or no? I'm sorry. This is taking me a pretty long time. To be fair, I think yikes! Not what you want to do, Nico. Not what you want to do. There you go. A little bit better. I would recommend speedrunning it. All right. Might make more sense. Yep. There you go. Well, storyboarding. This is not an effective storyboard. Oh my god. This is genuinely me just having fun up to this point. There's no way anyone saw this in the industry. They'd be like, what? Kid, what are you doing? Is this child alright? I've never seen a storyboard like that before. Anyways. Here we go. Okay. Velvety smooth. I like what I'm seeing. Oh wow. Wow. Okay. The more I look, the more I like. Very good. Velvety smooth. Don't hurry. Am I just running the frames or remake a storyboard? What is going on? It feels a little bit... Yeah, I don't remember what the shot's called. What the heck? Katakana. Eh? Very weird. This is katakana can hear well. Well. Like a paw, but you know, nah. Wow, I really like taking my... I'll tell y'all, love taking my time with this. I don't usually do this. Got a profile going on here. I don't usually do it like this. You know, I show Hero around with his hair up, but it's gonna be down for serious. Up to this point, I don't even know what is happening with him. Alright, well, anyways. Won't be perfect, but you know. Of course, on top of that, you have to know there's like a tuning type thing anyway, so. Don't have to be perfect. Let me see. Very interesting, I chose that. Okay. I'm like considering because like this is like what a storyboard should be, but since I'm so fucky wucky, it doesn't even matter. What am I doing? I mean, I guess at best. Pure runs 5 of. I look like a Berserk character from the 90s, what the hell? Oh, Nico, that is not how you storyboard. Squawk. Yes, I know. Because it's so tiny, I kind of have to do it that way. There's really no other way around it. Let's go, we'll Scrabble it. We know what this is. Yo, I was actually thinking about having our ears go down. Kind of like this. And after that, just see where it goes from there. Oh my god, there's so many versions of this song, it's unreal. Holy crap. Okay, so don't be too shy about doing it this way, there's nothing wrong with that. I know this is not traditional storyboarding by any means, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, that looks good, y'all. Oh, wow. Hell no. And then the rest is basically the same. I really don't even know what I'm doing here. No idea why I'm just choosing a choice out like this, but her tail between her legs. Wow. She could get on his freaking shoulder like a Pikachu. What the hell? Anyways. Oh my god. Bro, this dialogue, yo, that is not a good look. Out of context, this looks fucking disgusting. Y'all, anyone who watched Berserk, you know that one scene? When that one, I think his name is Ganon, was like a creep for fucking... Good god, dude, this does not look good, yo. I mean, obviously you guys know the context from the thing, but imagine if you didn't just walk here like, what the fuck? Bro, good god, anyways. I gotta put this on top, there's not enough room. And we know she's petrified in her true form. True goddess form, so yeah. Thank God y'all have the context, dear lord. Not the greatest look on planet Earth, but you know what the context is fine. Interesting, you are so fine. One, you know, so very kind. I could probably play this one for y'all, but herp derp galore. Alright, so Squawks, that looks a little bit better. So y'all enjoying the live so far? Sure hope so. Oh, maybe they'll have a mustache. What the hell? Tells me I should. Oh, there it's Sir Squawk. Thanks for being a real homie. I have a Squawk for the homies. My Squawks are severely nerfed. Squawk! My Squawks are severely nerfed. Haha! You're running a mission! What? I didn't do anything! What the hell are you talking about, dude? Thank you, Sir Squawks. Sir Squawks and the homies. I didn't think that one through, but that's okay now, because we got the context too. Victory, victory, can you not see? We got that jazz too. And don't you forget it either. It doesn't really rhyme, but you get the idea. Alright. Hoo hoo. Yeah. Here we go. One of these days we're gonna just have to put Jay Sleep up on the whole live. Until that day, I'm not really too sure. Hopefully Persona 5 Souls or whatever. You gotta be on the Dark Souls by now. There's no way. The Persona stuff wrapped up a while back. Sorry, Sir Squawks, I gotta make one for Persona 2, but I just don't know if it's copyrighted. I never played Persona 2, so I don't know much about it. What's your favorite song from Persona 2? So Squawks. Nothing? What do you mean? What do you mean nothing like it? Not even the slightest bit? Plastic Glove Night Tempo 100% pure remastered. Besides, really? Just gotta listen to it to find out, I suppose. Oh shoot, there we go. Another morning sun. Got some onion bro for this one. That already says Cox. I'll probably do it after Persona 4. You see Persona 2, they do Persona 1, and then they're making that freaking live action movie. Good God. And it takes place in America. No Persona game, to my knowledge, in the main series franchise took place outside of Japan. This is gonna be a train wreck. Oh my God. Dude, they're gonna probably get it all wrong. This isn't... Sorry. This isn't JoJo Part 7. Persona and its fans like it when it takes place in Japan. If it takes place in America, then it might as well be JoJo Part 7. Steel Ball Ren. What do you mean realistic? How much more real can it get? Is this true? I mean, he already was a cat person thingy-mabobber from the Velvet Room. Well, how much more realistic can it possibly become? What can he possibly become? More realistic than Detective Pikachu. Okie dokie artichoke. Yep, this is gonna be one for the ages. Squawk one for the homies. As you know, Nico's covering out, so letting him do it. Oh my gosh, what am I? There we go. That's height. Dona Lucala. Alright, that looks good. Dang, is there actual screenshots out for the movie yet? Oops. Wrong side. There we go. I forgot. So Squawks, did you ever watch episode 9 of Digital Circus? I don't even remember. Damn, that's sad. Alright, take your time. No rush, Sir Squawks. Keep it steady for the homies at the nest. It'll be okay. Wow, I'm just fully rendering up to this point. What on earth? I'm literally just fully rendering. Which one did you watch? I heard in September Steel Ball Run's getting like 11 more new episodes, which is awesome. Okay. Oh, yes. Joe Talo. Alright now, alright now, alright now. Stand proud. No shit it is. That's my second favorite part. Actually, no, or maybe it fluctuates. It either is or it's my second favorite. No, now that in between's really difficult now. No, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. What's your favorite part? I guess favorite episode in Battle in it, yeah, because part 3's got a lot. Alright, looks good. I'm done. Wait, okay. Almost there. Whoops. Nice. Looking good, everybody. Hopefully Seth gets back to us with that question. We're figure out what his favorite JoJo Part 3 fight is. Now wait. Nash. Hiya. Wow, that is incorrect beyond belief. Oh! Be ready. This answer Squawks, I know. Favorite JoJo battle. Oh my god, dude. Bring this on up. Oh my god, the hair's popping out through. Holy crap. Alright, everyone seems to be on. So Squawks is, despite the difficulties of Squawks, he's staying strong. Steely Dan. Good God, if I get this wrong. Yes, 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 yes. Hope I got that correct. I don't remember. Oh, this is about to kill everybody if I get this wrong. That'll be the ultimate cringe destruction move. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I was wrong and I ruined it for Sir Squawks. How dare I? I'm sorry, Squawks. Seat on a squawk for the homies. Squawk. No, I looked down the JoJo Bizarre Adventures Utopia. I got it wrong. Was then the guy in the car with the giant arm? This is terrible, I don't remember. How can you, oh Nico, how can you play with your favorite part? You don't remember that. Squawk. I sincerely apologize, everybody. How dare I call myself a JoJo fan? Anyways. Alright, that looks pretty good. Real life anime. Oh my god, what on earth? Squawk. Trying to do the best I can with what we got. Alright, well anyways. That's down. That is down. Can't believe I fucked it up. So Dan, Steely Dan's the guy in the like car with the giant arm, right? Muscular arm. That's Steely Dan. JoJo fans, help me out here. Admittedly, last time I watched part 3 was 2023. Okay, thank God. Nah, that's not going. It was supposed to be took, but then I realized that doesn't make sense. Gyotaro. Oh my God, Lupin the Third. What the fuck? You see, this is what happens when you make something. When you make it, and it looks like it's a storyboard. I look like Lupin the Third. Okay, there we go. Man, those full renders compared to Lupin the Third look pretty good, don't they? If you guys enjoyed the live, be sure to share the live, like the live, follow. This is my anime series I'm working on. Oh, we do have new people in here. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you want to catch more of it, be sure to follow all my other socials. Sorry. Six weeks, y'all, I've been dealing with this cough. I know it's annoying. But thank you. This is my anime series. Check out my Discord, this is my profile page so you don't miss out when it drops. I'm working on the storyboard right now. That's what this episode is. Probably working on it again tomorrow as well. So you can find all the episodes on my YouTube channel. Same as all my other socials. And yeah. Okay, let me see. Where is it? You don't see any good anime lately outside the Squawks. Good God. She doesn't even look like a wolf anymore. I don't know what she looks like. Anyways. Here we go with the information here. It'll be very difficult to make out what this is. Alright. Oh, it's beautiful, y'all. Okay. Poofy woofies. There you go. Alright, that looks pretty sweet, so. I got a bird's eye shot here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That up with the bird's eye shot. There we go. Two, three. There we are. Looking good. Looking good like it should. Bird's eye. Looking down. Whoops. Fade. Getting that lore dump. Does that make me a hero? Pretty crazy she would tell him this right away, isn't it? Animatics. Who would ever dare? We got me here. Good squawk for the homies, baby. Sir Squawksy's the best, you know. にいたよね。Make our brick. Looks more like tiling, I know. But that's bricks. Water. Steps. Forward. Again, you could just say any way you want. Like, whatever makes it easier for you or your team. So, well, assuming if you're in the you wouldn't really have a team in that regard for. But assuming if you did, you would want to make sure they would know how the information is being conveyed. It's a pretty good way to do it. Because we really haven't done any background at all. Usually in animatics you keep it pretty small or very minimalistic detail, just enough information to get an idea of what's happening in the shot. And yeah. So that's pretty good. I skipped a few beats though, you might, or not beats, a few shots though. Okay. Oh, hold on everyone. What on earth? Oh, what the heck? Keep that one on. Anyways. If you were around, kind of like a little bit in shock. Chowie, hello. How are you doing? Glad you can make it. How's the Pup Rocks doing? We're storyboarding, can't you see? Sir Squawks in the flock positively. Did anything fun? Well, you've been gone. My day's been pretty good. Hope yours has been going fantastic. I don't know why. You know, I'm giving a freaking hair down, but you know, I'm still deciding to do it up anyways. Good thing I can read my chicken scratch. So Squawks is lagging, guys. Keep that in mind. Notice what this was way too much to put in the notes. Holy crap, it's taking me over an hour to do this. This might as well just be like a beatboard, storyboard hybrid up to this point. I haven't talked, but asked a little bit. I guess I've asked already, but how's everyone doing? Anyone doing anything fun or had do anything fun during the summer? Might as well ask. Yeah, that's right. This isn't just a walkthrough, baby. Let me see, actually. What the fuck? I'll be careful with how I do this here. I space out for 2 shots. What? Where is the thingy majig, guys? Where is it at? It's like one of the rare occasions. Also, knew we had popping earlier. That is completely gone, right? No one hears it anymore. I'm absolutely making sure of this, because last time that happened, that was freaking insane. I'm not trying to have that happen again. Very strange. Remember summer days. Wherever it's at. Sorry y'all. I just put the song on, I immediately got nostalgic. It's gonna be hard to actually, talk about this. Right, it makes sense. But there's certain songs out there that just hit a yearning for something that you've never had. Or memories that you never had. That you can sort of feel and live them through certain songs. Sort of like what I do in the anime series, but not exactly on the mark, if that makes any sense. I don't know if maybe we're going to pick up my drift on that or not. Mamma mia! Yes, everyone does say Mamma mia. He just doesn't do the, whatever the Mamma Mia like this, he doesn't do that one. He's always saying like it's like knocked down or hit or something like that. Fun fact, Muscle Man from regular show, he doesn't say Mamma Mia, he says Mia Madre. Which is freaking insane, I did not know that. Nico, this is a full animated rendered frames. This isn't even a storyboard anymore. Squawk. You look like Lupin the Third. Squawk. Yes. Yes, I know everybody. It is true indeed. I do look a little bit like Lupin the Third in these. I cannot lie. I cannot tell a lie. So, did anyone do anything really fun during the summer? Yeah, it's just a fully rendered trace thingy with bobber. Well, at least this. I mean, storyboards aren't really supposed to be beautiful, but you know what? Hey, this one is. Oh my gosh. You know, I should just put it up here. Hold on. Here you birth. Oh, Charlie, you're really late actually, so you don't know anything about what's going on. So essentially, yes, it is true. I'm finally working on the anime series that comes before Amelia or before Frig Day finale. There's only been seeing a lot of Frig Day in it. As you all know, this one takes place with 16-year-old hero Ren. This takes place before Frig Day finale. But they are canon. They are in the same universe. In chronological order, Amelia's son Niagara's final becomes first with hero Ren, aka inspired by Joker, as you all know. I'm giving you a real massive rundown. If you want to figure out your job is not, it's really freaking slow or something like that, you're doing artwork, play my live back and listen to it like it's a podcast in the background if you got nothing else better to listen to, and you'll hear me like back in like the if you listen, go back to like 5 minutes in my live and just listen to like 58. You'll get most of the exposition lore dump if you really want it that badly. But essentially, Amelia is basically a goddess. She's kind of like inspired by Amaterasu. She's a living, sentient concept of lust, and the whole theme of the series is that you could be good intentions, so we'll be capable of doing bad and creating immense psychological harm. So Hero Ren just beat the old king, who was basically on the edge, about to basically crumble Amelia into dust, as she got petrified. But then what ends up happening is Hero Ren comes along, gets sucked into the world, kills the old king because he's so weak and basically turned to dust because it's at the end of the world. Everything's basically dying, including Amelia, but he's able to reach out and basically resurrect Amelia and rebirths her into basically, as you can see here. I know that dialogue definitely doesn't sound okay, but I promise now that you have the content you understand, because she's as powerful anymore. She gets turned into a dwarf mini version of her, and even with a simplistic design of her original outfit. And yeah, if you want to see her regular one, she's usually found in this. She's Irish. Now, as you all know, this is the outfit that she's in right now. So this is like mini Amelia mode. I mean, if this wasn't obvious enough, but I know she's beautiful. Thank you, Charlie. I've been working so hard on her. So this is our current form now in the series, but around after the cathedral, she ends up being able to regrow back into this. The reason why she's able to do that is because how she grows her strength is through the bonds of whoever her sovereign is. So, if your Ren grows bonds with other people in the world, because the world of Leesgard, as it's called, it's like Lothric and Silent Hill's otherworld combined. So everybody there and the monsters that form are based off of whatever baggage they have. Hero, a 16-year-old kid, he doesn't have any baggage, so he's fighting basically Amelia's monsters and everyone else is, or at least assisting in it. So that's what's happening. I'm really skipping around in this thing. I'm trying to get down the main beat so we can fill in what has to be done from there. Yeah, I'm glad y'all like it. Let me know if you have any questions. I know that's a massive exposition lore dump, so I don't expect everybody to get first time. I'll definitely be live tomorrow as well, so you will be able to catch me there too. You'll never make it out of here alive. What do we have here? Around. I don't have a script for this. I'm literally writing a script on this. Luckily, I can read my own chicken scratch pretty well, so we're good there. It may seem hard to believe a goddess like Okami. Alright, everybody. Lore expedition dump. I see a lot of writing, but I don't see much drawing. What's going on? Oh, we're getting to that. Don't you worry. So make sure I have this down. Her hair should be wet when she says the rebirth, but you know what? Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. If you're enjoying this stream, be sure to like, share, and follow me if you haven't already. Alright, back to schedule program. don't play Silent Hill franchise. I don't even know. Man, when you get to this point, you kind of have to be careful. You're working with such little line art here, dear God. You gotta do your best to make this work out as well as you can. It's not easy, but we found a way. As you can see, who else could but me could work in such ecstasy? Revert your tilt here. There we go. There she is. Then we'll pop this one up. Hold on, that looked like crap. Here, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. I don't thank everyone for watching this far as well. Y'all are the best. Hopefully you'll be around for episode 1. Or a little and think about it's really hard to see from this one, I know. Not gonna lie with you. Charlie, isn't figure drawing so much fun? Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm not talking to Sir Squawks as much, he's lagging really bad, man. Really, really fucking bad. But he's hanging in there. He's staying strong with the Squawks. Did we ever talk about Digimon once? I feel like we did. That was a random thing to say now, but okay. Da, da, da. Oh wait, I actually wanted that. Hold on. And it's a gasukion. Little bit of bear wamp. Do, 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 do. Well, she proclaims to be a goddess. But is she? Well, that's what I have to watch to find out in the next episode. Alright, looking good, guys. Never poofy woofy thingy majig. I don't know. It's got sleeve puffs. That's what these are if you're wondering what those white puffy things are. They're called sleeve puffs. Charlie. You know, actually, wait, who is still here? I don't even know. I mean, I know Steve is lagging like crazy, but who else is here? Let me know in the chat. Because I don't think so you guys got to see it yet. Oh my gosh, wait, what? This upper arm, great. Don't. Nice. Bring the light down. The spotlight. Gotta have some sort of cheeky fun QE thing. Yeah, okay, so here's one thing. So since we have hit the 3-hour mark, I'm thinking that I'm just gonna write into context here around, and tomorrow we'll pick up with the rest of the storyboarding. I'm mad crazy at filling it out. After this part, we're gonna be moving on to probably 2 other things, so we'll see about that. And yeah, well, thank all of you guys so much for watching. Okay, we're not gonna close it just yet. We do want to finish this. So where did I put it? Okay, we're gonna end with this. Okay, let's see. Look at my notes here to see if there's anything that lines up. So. Wait. You know what? It makes more sense to me that down, because that technically works better anyways. So we're gonna finish that up. After that, we are gonna end the live, because I just realized that actually works perfectly fine. We'll pop on our snap. Shift her on over to this. Oh yeah. Might actually have to shift her head over more in the final product, but we'll see about that. So quite a bit. I might do scripting later tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I think we are going to call it here. So I want to thank everybody all for watching. Part 1. Part 2, obviously, we'll continue with the storyboarding. Oh wait, maybe there's another one here. Hold on. Where is the one? There it is. So yeah. Continue storyboarding. If you haven't already, be sure to like, well, I guess I gotta just do much how, but sharing the live, sharing my stories, sharing my videos, sharing my channel, sharing my posts, follow me on everything, really helps. Join Discord server, my profile page, or in my YouTube channel banner too if you don't ever want to miss a beat. We also, we're definitely gonna probably be doing storyboarding on next stream. I might recap some things, but ultimately if you want the real lore expedition, you're going to want to come back and listen to 56 minutes or 58 minutes on the YouTube live, or around 38 minutes I think is when we also get juicy too. But basically the first like 5 minutes to 38 minutes should give you the lore dump, or let's just say my 5 minutes to 58 minutes will give you the lore dump. Everything else, either way, you're probably going to want to re-listen to this live stream as a podcast. I also do have my other video coming out as well, so do be sure to be on the lookout for that. That'll be on YouTube. Anyone who's watching on a different platform, I'm thinking about maybe giving Blue Sky live streaming a chance as well. If that's the case, then TikTok might be abandoned entirely, since TikTok's live has been incredibly slow. But the viewership on YouTube has been phenomenal. I thank all of you for that. We have come so far since we have first made it to the beginning, or to make it to this point. I know it's gone for almost 2 months there, but I was working on this, as you all can see now. Charlie's still here. This is kind of like where we can check out. We have, this was the thumbnail for this one. And then, of course, for the Skullx, we have Tabitha herself. These are all characters that are going to be in it. It would be really nice if I could just go to get like 25 Michi plushes, go to a con, get a table, and just sell these out one day. That'd be pretty swell. Maybe next year. But yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching. In the next episode, or my next live, we will continue, and we're definitely going to finish this panel. I don't know if we're going to be able to finish the whole episode, but we're going to get at least 3 of these 3 of these whole panels done. I keep calling panels, but pages, I should say, is a better word for it. 3 of these pages done. So yeah, be sure to share my life, join my Discord server, follow me on everything. And now, this time, we will call it. So thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. And be sure to drink water. Peace out.